Okay, afternoon folks. This is going to be the last stream for the next couple of weeks, as I will be working for the next couple of weeks. Just a couple of things to note from the outside. There's a tactical aid unit there, tactical aid police on the tactical aid units on the front here. There's what, 8 of them. I don't know what they're doing there. Maybe they're there to try and intimidate or something. I don't know. It's quite intimidating. I think it looks like they're stopping people from going down for whatever reason. There's a guy there that the police officer is talking to. So maybe I know they're going down there. I know. Free entry. That's good. Free entry. Oh man, I've got to adjust myself. Yeah. Hi man. Right. So yeah. What I'm getting from the feedback from people on site and people from the stream is that they quite like the when I interview people. So I don't know if there's anybody particularly that you've seen that you'd like me to interview, then let me know. It's very difficult to interview the police. They're very cagey when they talk. I've tried to engage them, but they sort of like a bit programmed not to engage in conversation by the sounds of it. So, you know, the peaceful prefectors are more than happy to engage in conversation. And if there's any questions you want me to ask, then please do. So just heading down to camp now to see what's happening. It looks like there's a couple of officers coming up and someone else, but I don't really know what's happening. So let's see what the afternoon has in store for us. Who's that watching? Hi there. I've only just started the stream, so you're my first viewer. I expected to get to about 30 or so with the usual suspects, and then with the usual restreaming happening. It's actually you, Sarah. Hi Sarah, how are you doing? Can you fill me in at all? Do you know, actually you had a stream from the BBC reporter yesterday. Can you fill me in at all with what's going on with regards to the court case today, or is it on hold because there's barristers' strike? You say it's all very quiet compared to this morning. I did get here late this morning. There was only one flatbed that went in, actually, from what I gather. So it was quiet this morning. How is it quiet compared to this morning? I'm sure I'll find out just the minute I turn this corner. Okay, so something did happen in court today. Have you got any sort of feedback on the feeling of what was going on down there? Oh no, look, they have started their walkout. There is a couple of trucks or something. So I don't know if the TAU have been engaged or employed. So the cops allowed trucks to start leaving earlier without police escort. Not really sure about the feeling from court yet. Oh, so that's what you mean. It's by quiet. It will be quieter. Okay. I wonder why that decision was made. Hiya. So do you know how long they've been walking for then? Yeah, give us the weekend. Very, yeah. So far we've got So it does look a bit quieter and a bit more peaceful here. Maybe these two ladies in the front might be willing to speak to me. Around 30 minutes so far. 37 minutes I've just heard from the site. Yeah, being restreamed and go will occupy. So today it kind of looks very, very peaceful indeed. I want to ask one of the officers if they will speak to me why that decision was made. Hi man, how's it going? I understand. I've just got here, but one of my viewers tells me that the decision was made to let the trucks out without police guests or.
They said as long as we watch a reasonable pace, there'll be no yellow jackets.
Yeah, but you know why?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter.
We don't.
Well, the thing is, you're speaking for yourself. Other people.
Okay, well I'll get your point of view, and then if Kate wants to give
everyone has their own point of view.
his point of view. So he said there is training going on for Lancashire Police. I might even try.
Broker deals. I didn't broker a deal, but it was what generally I do when I come here. I liaise with the police to say what I'm going to do.
Yeah, no, I got that yesterday. Yeah.
Now, a few other people today, this morning, marched down the beach.
Yeah, that's right.
So we wanted to talk we had to back there to more slowly.
Yeah.
The police responded by saying if we did, there would be no yellow jackets, only the blue police.
Yeah, the PLOs. Yeah.
Now, obviously, this is a diverse group of people, and no leaders.
Yeah.
People are allowed to do what they want. And a couple of people, in my opinion as well, walked at a pace that I knew would mean the yellow jackets would come in. And I thought, if it maybe would have been you give us an olive branch, I think we should have accepted it.
Yeah.
Who am I to say? This is still nice.
Yeah. And what about the comment that was made, the Lancashire Police are here training?
I don't know about
know about that.
I think it would have been nice to have strolled down without any police.
Yeah.
I don't think
it's better than it's been. Yeah, it's an interesting point because what I saw happened yesterday, and I would we'd probably see eye to eye on that. But there was an iGas car that turned up at the end of the walk in, I think, a black BMW. Were you there for that when the black BMW turned up? Okay, and basically the protectors just blocked the car from going in. It was right by the gate. The protectors just blocked the car from going in. Now, as far as I'm aware, this is a peaceful protest.
You don't need to put the camera at you while you're talking.
No. No, it's cool. No, I just do that if they want to see me. And the protectors stood in front of the car and stopped the car from entering, and the police came along and they said, "Are you going to let him in?" And he said, "No, there's no chance." And to me, in that respect, that was kind of wrong because that's not a peaceful protest, and that is an out-and-out blockade.
Exactly. For me, if you want to do like a direct action, you do a lock-on, or what I've done before is stand still, then you're going to get arrested. The peaceful protest should be that.
So they were doing that then yesterday. They were just standing still in front of the car, and the TAU and everybody had left that at that point. So it was still, although they were blocking the road.
People can do what they want to do.
Right. Okay. All right.
I don't know. I mean, look. Let's think what we're fighting. We're fighting fracking, which is
this
terrible.
is exactly.
But my point of view would be.
I'm just going to get you from this side because the sun's different.
My point of view would be that the arrests discourage normal people. There's a stigma attached to being arrested, and if we can have a demonstration, a peaceful protest, where you're not going to get arrested, that would encourage more people to come, more moderate people. Especially as the weather's getting nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe we'd have double the numbers. I can see a situation where we could have hundreds of people here without any arrest.
Yeah, that was one of the points I made yesterday, that people can come down without fear of arrest, because everything that's gone on online has been with regards to the police brutality, which we can't deny has happened.
But was that tactic being used on purpose? Or is it just that they didn't really understand who we were and how...
Well, whatever the tactic was, I think a lot of that has gone online, and a lot of people have seen that, and they've been deterred from coming down, because it's like, well, if I go down there, I'm going to get arrested. But actually, you and I have stood, maybe 10 metres in front of the... 10, 15 metres in front of the line, maybe 20 metres in front of the line, and there is a safe space for people to come down and demonstrate without being on the front line, and it would be just a show of numbers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, personally, I've stood still in front of these trucks because I don't even believe in giving them an inch.
Yeah.
But I've got my day in court, so I don't need to do that again.
Yeah.
Not at all, but I think, I just showed it. You don't have to get arrested. You can do it peacefully. People get down here.
But you did get arrested and are consequently being charged and going up in court for it. And what was the charge for you?
On the first day, obstruction of the highway.
Yeah, which is now being thrown out.
The next day, another obstruction of the highway. I had a criminal damage on Christmas Day.
Criminal damage?
Yeah, it's an offence.
Okay.
But they haven't given me a discontinuation certificate.
Right, okay. And are you a local person, Robert?
I live in Gloucester, which is...
local enough, isn't it?
Well, for me, I was born in Manchester.
Right.
And for me, it's Fracking. You're local wherever you are, because
exactly.
Save 9. We can't wait until there's a frack well on your doorstep.
For sure.
This is where it's happening.
And
with respect to climate change, well, that isn't local. The world's a small place.
Well, exactly. So local to the planet, as some people put.
Exactly.
Okay, man. Well, I'm going to see if I can engage. I think his name's Lee here.
Yeah, he's a good guy, this guy.
Yeah.
We've signed up for the Canal Siders rugby league football team.
Right.
He's an ex-pro rugby player.
Oh,
we're going to see if we can get a game against the GMP rugby league police team.
Okay.
Then we can have our argy-bargy on the pitch.
Yeah, exactly. Take it out on them.
This is back on, so it's all different opinions here.
Yeah, there is, and that's why I think it's difficult for the police to manage it, to gauge it. They're bringing in tactical aid units, and those people are, as far as I'm aware, are trained to deal with violent people, football hooligans when they used to exist, and that kind of thing. But they've been brought in here. And it's just been very heavy-handed and actually not needed, and it's actually deployment of the wrong type of policing, and that's kind of where GMP have fallen flat on their face here.
Need to be asked to, is it Tony Lloyd and is it Peter Fahy? Is it these questions need to ask? These people, these cops are doing the job. What, are we going to expect them to lose their jobs over it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People they have to put their families first, don't they? And you have to look what you've got to lose. I know personally that a lot of police don't agree with the fact. When I got punched myself, the cop would call my name and shook me by my hand and wish me good luck.
Yeah.
People have said to me, that's just good catch, good cop, bad cop, go out. I mean, we're all cop kids, we all live here.
Yeah. But it would be nice to sort of interview one of them and to have them actually really speak out on what they say.
They find it, maybe try, but they've said to me they can't really do it. But maybe you could do it surreptitiously. You could just record the audio.
No, I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that. That wouldn't be fair. But there are a load of TAU down there at the entrance on the corner. But
recorded us what's on from everything. What you mean directly, questioning directly?
Yeah, just wanted to ask some questions. I did sort of get Lee last week when I was quite.
This week?
Yeah, I only met him. He came and introduced himself again to me yesterday because there was a guy that actually jumped on a truck and he was on his back and he got pulled off the truck and went to the ground, and he was saying to me, no, he's got back problems and that's why he's on the ground. Someone said, no, he's on the truck. And I put him on camera and I said to him, well, how do you know that? He said, well, someone told me up there. I said, yeah, but at least I saw it.
Isn't it brilliant, this technology?
Yeah.
Revolution will be technology.
Yeah.
This is just great. You come up to it the other day, and it's like you just thought, this is something I've got there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, and that's for me. That was the key thing of coming down here and streaming it live, is because it's people can watch videos on YouTube or go to Facebook and link to different Bambuza pages and that kind of thing. But when they're able to watch it live, it's far more engaging. I wasn't able to come down for 2 days, and I found myself going onto the Bambuza site and watching the streams with him because it is highly engaging, and that's.
Can you do the highlights in the evening? Because it's like hours that you do. Can you do the highlights?
I haven't got that far yet, because I just don't have the time. I literally come down here, do my stream, go home, and continue doing it. Is he a filmmaker?
He's a filmmaker.
He set up down there.
It's all online already.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll speak to him and give him because my streams, although initially I came down because of the policing, and that's what really concerned me. Obviously, since I've been down here, I've learned more about fracking, I've watched gas lands and that kind of thing, so I'm against that. But it was more about the policing. And initially, my streams were all about the policing and the missions and stuff. But more recently, I've actually there's enough people streaming what's going on the front line. So I mean, sorry, Kevin. So I've been engaging people like yourself, other people, asking them about their opinions. A good one is, they're just professional protesters who want to go against the state but want to live off the state. And actually, I think it's just a convenient and nice label for people to put on something they don't really understand. Yeah, but from what I can see, like myself and other people here, we're all making sacrifices not to be at work, and that kind of. As it happens, I will be working next week because something has to give at the end of the day.
I've got work the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. So, and there will come a time when my work will take me away again. I won't be able to be in the UK too. Exactly, and that's the important thing. And with streaming it, if you've got people sitting on the fence and you can show something like this, that it's not always ag, or you can come down when there's aggro, but you can stand well in front of the front line. It's
Well, when I've got 3 weeks working away, I'll have some money, and then maybe I'll get myself a nice phone that can do the same thing.
Yeah.
What are those Google glasses like?
I don't know them.
You can get like.
Yeah, I know of them.
Just like a camera on your hand.
I don't know them. Sometimes I'll hold them up, and especially if we're up on the bridge and I'm trying to do an interview, then the traffic, the background traffic is bad. I did an interview with Dan when I first came down here, and you can hardly hear the interview because it was pretty bad. Yeah, I just don't have the time.
I know.
Yeah. I'll give. Yeah, that's right.
You can't be here on the keyboards.
No worries, man. Yeah.
On the keyboards. People
Can you move this vehicle along, sir? I've got a place where they look up. You got a puncture, go.
I got charged with touching the highway. I don't know. I was just stood there.
What?
I don't eat donuts. You do, you're a cheap wigger.
No, I am. On paper, I'll have it cheap Wigan.
Cheap Wigan. Well, I do it on iPhone because I like iPhones, but the Android ones, at the moment, with the Android ones, you can actually zoom in and out. On the iPhone 4S, which is what I have, you can't.
And you got one of those extended battery packs?
Yeah, you need it for the iPhone. I bought one of these for 17 quid. And it's a 20,000 milliamp one. So whilst I'm streaming, it will actually charge my phone. It won't just keep it at a constant thing. It will actually charge the phone up. So yeah. You know, but before I came down here, I knew why I was coming down here, the intentions I had, and that was to stream. And you know, I came down here. People said I'll use Bambuser. Then people said I'm good to go. Really, it's good for work as well. Really, if I'm working on a ship or something and can't get audio-visual installations to corporate buildings to entertainment spaces on cruise liners and that kind of thing. Anything to do with audio and video. I own my own recording studio in Manchester, so that's you know, an ongoing business. But it's kind of, you know, I have an engineer that works in there, and that's it really.
Come on, Dan. Just for the loss. Power to the people.
Power to the people.
People got the power.
The people's got the power.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
Stronger by the hour.
Stronger by the hour.
Power! 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 Tell me, can you feel it? Stronger by the hour.
Stronger by the hour.
Power to the people. The people got the power.
People got the power.
Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
Stronger by the hour.
Stronger by the hour.
Power!
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 Tell me, can you feel it?
Tell me, can you feel it?
Stronger by the hour.
Stronger by the hour.
Frack free Barton Moss. 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 Fracking is possible. Another world is possible. Fracking is possible. Another world is possible. Fracking is possible. Another world is possible. Fracking is possible. Another world is possible.
Hey, Ian.
Power to the
Hello, people. Why can't you one of my cats?
Absolutely.
It's a shame we have to ruin it with the TV.
I know. The cat.
So, why are the TAU deployed yet again? It's just quite incredible. Tactical aid unit, really, for sort of hooligans and, you know, groups of aggressive personnel.
We are the 99%! Yeah, but 73%, no, we've got 73% Manchester, and we've got another 92% down south.
Yeah.
So that's got to be 90%.
So, very, very peaceful. So if I can get Lee, maybe he will speak to me. Look at the size of that drill bit. That wouldn't fit in my drill. This is Ian. So there's 2 trucks, God knows how many vehicles. it's interesting you write that, sir, because even when they do get pushed and get nasty, the people walking down, I've never seen one retaliate yet, not one. So they always remain peaceful. I'm going to see if Lee will speak to me on camera. I want to put a human element to the police down here. I've just found out some information about him, so I want to speak to him if he will speak to me. Lee, are you happy to talk to me with my viewers?
Very briefly, go on.
Very briefly, we can do it while we're talking down if you want. Just to put a different bit of a perspective, and also to put a human element on it.
Yep.
I just found out from one of the protectors there that actually you're an ex-pro rugby player. Is that correct?
From many moons ago.
Okay, so what happened?
No jokes.
What's wrong with that? So if you can tell me just a little bit about that, about your previous career to being a police officer, and then I want to ask you about the more serious things that happened here today.
I can't stop it too long. Yeah, I used to play rugby. I used to love it. It was a very big part of my life. Joined the police. Didn't want to get injured, so I ended up having to quit.
So you quit rugby because you didn't want to get injured?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Career in the cops and,
And how long have you been a police officer for now?
22 years.
Okay,
22 years.
that's quite good. And today, just very briefly, it was negotiated that the people were going to be allowed to walk down without any sort of pushing and shoving and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Why was that tactic used, or why did that come about?
It's not a tactic. It's just the commander. We've tried it a number of times to let the process get in power themselves and walk down on their own and police themselves.
Yeah.
Again today we said that we wouldn't put the police line in.
Yeah.
Blue bibs would just walk down the group, and they said, yeah, fine.
And it started like that, as far as I'm aware.
Fine.
Yeah.
But there was a couple of people again that didn't want to do it, which is their right.
And when you say they didn't want to do it, did they just stop, or did they just walk too slowly?
Slowed almost to a stop.
Right. Okay.
The commander then had no choice but to put a police line in. To get a uniform line, and then to move the protesters along.
Okay, so even with the line, we can walk down. Even with the line in place today, it's been a very different line to other lines that we've seen that have happened down here.
There's definitely been a more relaxed attitude today.
Yeah.
From the protest group, there's been a very relaxed attitude of the protest group, and that has been met in kind by the policing.
That has been what? Sorry.
It's been met in kind by the police.
Okay, when you say, because I only have to say what I see down here, and I've seen like the protesters sort of being shoved about, and then that's when they sort of start getting a bit lippy. So that's a different conversation entirely. There have been times when the TAU have been deployed and they've been pushed down the road in 15 minutes, which is why we've had all these lock-ons happening. And also I heard that Lancashire Police are down and there was some training. Is that part of...
It's not training. There's two officers who were optical camera trained officers, evidence gathering team.
Oh, so there are two evidence gatherers from...
They're only supplementing GMP because we're short.
Right,
We're
okay.
short.
I'll let you get off, man. Thanks for your time, Lee. Cheers. Take care, man.
Bye.
Bye. So, there you go. That's Lee. Just wanted to give you a bit of a different element of like chatting to someone. He is a PLO. He's a bit more amiable than or approachable than some of the other coppers, but he is a police liaison officer. That is his job. It was kind of him to give me an interview, I think, because I don't have to, but I think it can go a long way to sort of helping to build bridges, because there's a vast gap to bridge. I don't quite agree with what he said about the protectors were acting differently, so the police met us in kind, met us halfway and changed the tactics. I've been down here when they just deployed the TAU straight away, and I don't quite agree with that tactic. What there is down here is a filmmaker, so I'm going to go and try and find this filmmaker. In fact, I think here he is. Hi, are you the filmmaker?
No.
Jason the filmmaker.
Jason the filmmaker? Can I have an interview with you for...
Of course,
Hi Jason, my name's Rene. You're on a live stream that is being restreamed, so it's difficult to tell how many people are seeing this. Can we go and stand over there a bit further, a bit away from the noise and things? So Jason, you said, right?
It is Jason Woolgard's my name. I'm an independent filmmaker.
Okay, and what? Can you just tell me what films you made before, very quickly?
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I suppose I'm known for a lot of short films. I won Virgin Media Shorts in 2011 and 2010 as well.
Okay.
On the People's Choice.
And how have you how have you found out about what's going on specifically at Barton Moss? Are you involved in fracking? Are you anti-fracking? Are you pro-fracking? What is your film about? Is it?
What I wanted to do, I wanted to make something, because you see a lot of the stuff that's online, and you see obviously a lot of the anger that the protesters have, and also the police have got as well. So I wanted to frame something in a slightly different way, where people can make their own minds up once they're hearing in a calm way what people are protesting about. Yeah. And I wanted to make something that even my parents could watch and understand. Yeah. And get it, and not see it from any kind of extreme side. Okay. So, because I think that once people are presented with the facts, that they will come to a logical conclusion, and I think that's important, and it's something that I think that the mainstream media should be doing and are not doing.
There's a bit of a blackout on it, really, to be honest.
There is, yeah. And so it's important, I think, that artists and filmmakers and people who have some kind of political conscience contribute, and I think that's the small thing that we can do. Okay, and sorry, one of my viewers has actually reminded me to make you aware that today was not a normal day. No, of course.
You know that, don't you?
We do know that, and the thing is that I don't think that they were aware that we were down as much as anything else, and so they were on the best behaviour, I'm sure. But the thing is that it's all online anyway. And I've just been speaking to the lawyer there, and I've been speaking to the people who've been filming every day.
Was it?
Yeah. And we've got access to that footage. So we will include some of the more brutal footage and the more extreme footage in there. Okay. Because I think that's part of the story. Yeah. But I wanted to hear from the people, really. I wanted to speak to the police. I wanted to speak to the police as people as well. Yeah, I've just managed to get one interview with one of the PLOs just now, so just spoke to him. Because at the end of the day, they are human beings. They're doing a job, but it's a bit of a hard one to call, because the police, are friendly to your face, but they're a bit two-faced. Yeah, and that's, I think, what pisses a lot of people off. And what's been happening down here is the reason I got involved and came down and started streaming was because actually initially it was more to do about capturing the policing of what was going on here. Well, it was a central question for me on whenever if you're making a drama or a narrative, you've got a central theme. Yeah. With a documentary, you've got a central question, and the central question really is, who do they represent? Do they represent the people, or do they represent big business? And I think that it's clear that they represent big business, and also it's a manifestation, I think, of things that are going on in a wide, throughout the world, really. Oh yeah, absolutely, and we can reference the news that's been yesterday and today with regards to one of the MPs sort of saying there is, was it one of the MPs or one of the judges saying there's still too much corruption within the police force. Yeah. And actually, this has become an exponential thing, because every other week now, and I use that term loosely, to mean regularly, we hear that there is criminality going on with the police, and the police using the law to their advantage and not giving the regular people a chance. Now, there is a big difference between here and a peaceful protest and a riot. Yeah. And actually, the police have struggled to deal with this here, because it's not a riot, it's a peaceful protest. But they bring in TAU, who are tactical aid units trained with dealing with aggressive, riotous people. Yeah. And I've not seen one person that's been arrested here lash out at the TAU or at the police. And that's a really key thing. I think it is. I think that the consistency of actually, and I think that's why you continually getting support and gaining support.
is because it's maintaining that peaceful protest. It can't be framed in any other way. Although they're trying, they desperately want to take this down. But I think it's important, and I think that I hope that I can help contribute to that.
Okay, and so what I'm being asked for here is, are you going to be keeping in touch with one of the Barton Moss groups so that we can see the completed film?
Yes, of course. I mean, I'm already in touch with lots of people who are actively campaigning.
Yeah.
Lots of people who have been and gone, and I've been gradually becoming more and more aware of what's been going on here.
Yeah.
I'm going to come out again. I must say I've really enjoyed it, and I've really enjoyed meeting everybody here down here.
Yeah.
And I think that the important thing is, what I've been asking, what can people do? And I think that people sharing information is one of the most important things that people can do.
Yeah. So
speak to people, figure out and find out for themselves, what's going on and why people are upset about it.
About the fracking.
About the fracking, yeah.
The way I've been saying it to the viewers, because the reason I do it live is because it's more engaging.
Yeah.
And hopefully I'm capturing some people that are sitting on the fence and don't know whether they're for or against fracking. Now, the only thing I would say that I've been saying to people for the last couple of days is, if you're sitting on the fence and aren't sure about the techniques or what it's doing underground, because nobody really knows, all you have to do is look at the way the land looks when a fracking situation goes on, and we're talking like over 3,000 sites just in the northwest, and it's like almost like a checkerboard of like sites, and if that isn't enough to get you off the fence to say, well, because we're a small island nation, we don't have the land mass of Australia, we don't have the land mass of the States, so these checkered things are going to be right on our doorstep, they're going to be right in our countryside, you're going to see them wherever you go, regardless of whether they cause earthquakes, regardless of whether they pollute our water, and whether you're sitting on the fence about those. Just from a visual point of view, you have to see that's the way it's going to be.
It's clear to me that it's financially driven, and there is no concern for the ecological issues that it would raise. I mean, the way that somebody explained it to me, which I thought was a great analogy, was that if you have a plane of glass and you hit it with a hammer, you don't know where that fracturing is going to stop and start, and how can you claim to control something like that? It's uncontrollable. And so that in itself just kind of made me think about things and frame it in a slightly different way.
Okay.
And I think it's I'm anti-fracking, but I want to present it to people in a way that they can make their own mind.
Yeah, it's very important that you don't make a biased independent movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody got any other questions for Jason here? I'll just give him a second. When we're finished, I'll give you my details. I'll give you my Bambuza channel, and you can, do if you can download stuff or want to use stuff on there.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Because what I've done is actually, instead of just capturing police, a bit like yourself, I've gone around and interviewed people about the topics of people being labelled as anti-establishmentarian but happy to claim off the state and all that kind of thing. And I think from today you've seen down here, there may be some people claiming their benefits, but it's the minority. It's not the majority as people think, and I think it's just a label that people are happy to put on people because they don't understand it.
Yeah, of course, and I think it's quite. I think that happens quite a lot, doesn't it? But I mean, I think that it's starting to go beyond that. I think that people are the message is starting to get heard. You've got Dave Haslam was down, wasn't he, the other week? With DJing.
Yeah.
There's people that are starting to just jump on board and go beyond the way that the media normally portray people who are protesting. If there's some kind of public nuisance or kind of like ecological terrorists. I thought. Somebody,
well, they're going to try and pull that one out soon, man.
Well, or whatever creative way that they kind of try to frame it. The thing is that there's people here who've never protested before in their lives, and they're upset, and they've got reason to be upset because this is something that nobody's been asked the question. Do you want this? And I think it's just landing here. They're not going to be having fracking sites outside of Eton. They're going to pick and choose where they go, and they're going to be clever with it as well. It'll all be, I'm not surprised that there'll be lots of, someone told me some stats about how many fracking sites between here and Liverpool. Right.
Well, it's just all in the country they're talking of tens and tens and tens of thousands, which would ruin the landscape. Let alone the chemicals that are being used and the technique that's being used. Just from a visual point of view, it would ruin the landscape. So nobody had any more questions.
Yeah, fine.
They just said thank you very much.
Yeah, look out for the film. It should be done.
So let me read some of these for you. Thank you. Yes, just thank him, please. Thanks, Jason. Sound guy. Cheers, Jason. Just tell him thank you very much.
Yeah.
And someone else wrote, these would be the same scoundrels they said were sitting indoors playing computer games and getting drunk. Can we get his full name, please?
Yes, Jason Wingard. If you Google me, you'll be able to find me online.
So Wingard.
Yeah, Wingard. I'm sure the police did that this morning, and that's why they were so well behaved.
Oh, right, okay.
So,
do you just want to spell your surname for them?
Yeah, it's Wingard.
Jason Wingard.
Yeah.
Get his full name, please. Why would they sit out in storms if they had that easy life? All right, Jason, thanks very much for your time, man.
Yeah, thanks very much.
No worries. Take care. Okay, so that was Jason Wingard, who's going to be making an independent film about what is going on with fracking, and he's going to try and do a non-biased view of what's going on. I'm just going to nab him, so I'm going to say thanks very much for watching. Be kind to each other.